Paul Scholes has had a bit of a cold, so Ollie Solskjaer plays, and Mikael Silvestre, who has started more United games than anyone this season, returns at left back. Well, it all looks good enough in prospect. Not a flake of snow in evidence down here. Pitch has been covered against frost and is fine. Saints have lost just one of their last 13. United haven't lost any of the last 8. And this is almost always a belting fixture. Giggs for Gary Neville. Manchester United playing in blue, lest you hadn't already noticed. And Giggs let it roll, and Keane was eager to get in there, and Lundekvam came between them. Strachan has had the backing of his chairman, Rupert Lowe, who sits to his left there, in spending £3.5 million on 2 players who can form a part of this club's future. Shea showed a bit of it to Tessem. Has support from Marsden and from Anders Svensson. He found a way round Giggs, and with his pass, a way round Varane. Fernandes. Clear of Varane. Fernandes with the hit! And Barthez got a touch. Fabrice Fernandes scored one of his 3 Premiership goals this season from similar range at Old Trafford. He scored with a free kick against Manchester United for Fulham. A major 24 hours for Southampton Football Club. 2 excellent young professionals have joined them. From Derby, Danny Higginbotham on the left there, and David Prutton from Nottingham Forest. Silvestre, Varane let it go. Van Nistelrooy turned. They got clear of Lundekvam and fed it in for Giggs. But Marsden was biting back. So that Yorkshire Terrier has throughout a career which has spanned 8 professional clubs. He's captain of Southampton today. Silvestre has been penalised. Skipper Marsden has arrived at the back of the penalty area. Svensson's forward as well. Tessem is another target. It's Marsden who has to climb, and Svensson's got in there and has steered his header wide. Surely it's only a matter of time before Michael Svensson does snaffle his first Premiership goal. He's always the first man to be thrown forward in a set-piece situation. Marsden rose really well, and Michael Svensson will surely feel deep down that he also got his header on target. Tessem wins that header. Beattie's interested in it. Ferdinand will watch it back. Silvestre driving a super pass for Beckham, one that he would really appreciate. Neville's gone outside of Beckham, and Beckham's played a nifty little ball in for Gary Neville. And here's Van Nistelrooy, Manchester United lead. It's a splendid goal. A really outstanding team goal from Manchester United. A goal that began with a raking 60-yard pass from Mikael Silvestre. Look at the pace of that delivery. Look at how well Beckham took it. And now look at the cleverness of the ball for Gary Neville, who then had the simplest of the tasks up to now, to pick out Ruud van Nistelrooy, who simply does not miss from there. It is his 25th goal of this prolific season, and it establishes a lead for Manchester United on the south coast. Goodish week for him. Arsenal and Liverpool took points from each other. Chose not to open his transfer window, having peeked through it and seen nothing that he could use in the Champions League, certainly. And again by Lundekvam. Tessem's after it. Tessem's had a go! And landed the ball on the roof of the net. Really nice, subtle cushion touch here from Joe Tessem, which for a while had Fabien Barthez backpedaling in panic. It was only about now that the French number 1 could turn and remonstrate. Beckham, that's a lovely ball if he manages to keep it in, and he has Solskjaer. And he's pulled it back for Veron, who let it go for Giggs, and Giggs will get another go and score. Again, the product of a wonderful Manchester United pass, this time down the line from Beckham. Well might Sir Alex smile and purr, because both of his team's goals inside the first quarter of the game here have been beautiful on the eye. Beckham rolling it down the line, Solskjaer allowing Veron to play the dummy, and Giggs getting 2 cracks at the finish. And having scored twice in the FA Cup last weekend, Ryan Giggs adds his 7th Premiership goal against Southampton. And now Tassel. We found Fernandes. Fabrice Fernandes, and Barthez got good strong palm on it. It came out to Marsden. And now Beattie. Neville out to Anders Svensson, and now Chris Marsden, and in goes Tessum, who wants a penalty and wasn't given one, and Anders Svensson has shoved the referee, and I think you'll find it's Anders Svensson who's in trouble here, whose protest was a physical one. Now the first issue is, should Tessum have had a penalty? There was bodily contact, Keane was the player retreating, but Anders Svensson had more than words with Phil Dowd. How seriously has he taken it? Well, only that seriously. There are and have been referees in the past who would have taken greater exception to Svensson's action than Phil Dowd did here. Scored by Bernardi, flicked on by Marsden, chased by Svensson, out by Ferdinand. Fernandes kept his footing. Marsden can deliver. Svensson coming round the back. Barthez has dropped it. And this time he felt that he got a fair old shove. Giggs is making that point. Southampton have been awarded a corner. Svensson certainly gave him plenty in a Nat Lofthouse sort of a way. Barthez might well have a dead leg out of all that. Roy Carroll is being prepared by Manchester United. Clearly the signal has been given to the effect that Barthez isn't able to carry on. So Fabien Barthez is carried away from the heat of the arena. The interesting point about all of this is that the referee didn't even deem it a foul. Veron. Pass to Anders Svensson. He feeds it into Oakley, who can try and run away from Giggs. Giggs isn't easily run away from, but Svensson's done well there, and Tessum was half a yard away from really threatening Roy Carroll. Dogged, persistent run, but the ball was just too far in advance of Joe Tessum. Little change for Manchester United at half-time. John O'Shea has come out and is playing at left full-back, having swapped positions with Mikhail Silvestre, who has become a centre-half. Oh, clearance from Carroll has bounced back off Beattie. And, Carroll has caused the greatest threat there has been to the Manchester United goal since half-time. Beattie did sort of deliberately steer it. In the end, it wasn't much of a threat. Beckham. In at Van Nistelrooy, who turned and shot and very nearly scored. In the twinkling of an eye, out of what has felt like a relatively soporific half, Ruud van Nistelrooy makes things awake and alive and nearly altered the scoreline. Well, talk is beginning, just beginning, of a quadruple. Liverpool and Arsenal stand in the way of the cup competitions. There's a bit more work to be done in the Champions League, and they are still behind Arsenal. But Varane, Solskjaer, Keane, Scholes, Keane, O'Shea. Varane, Van Nistelrooy, Scholes, Van Nistelrooy, this is lovely from United. Svensson went in from behind, nothing doing. Well, he must have deemed it a good, clean, well-timed tackle from Michael Svensson. Ruud Van Nistelrooy might differ. Meantime, Marsden goes on for Southampton. Here's Fernandes. Aimed it at Beattie, lost by Carroll. And Beattie, it's scooped up off Sylvestre, and Carroll was not endangered. Which can't be said of Antti Niemi when Ruud Van Nistelrooy was running at him at full tilt. It's a beautiful day down here, a rainbow over St Mary's. Solskjaer, Neville. And Solskjaer, well won back by Gary Neville. For Ollie Solskjaer, side netting. Great hunger for the ball from Gary Neville to make possible something that seemed to have gone away. Varane for Scholes, Solskjaer, over the top for Van Nistelrooy, who has timed this impeccably and is onside. Ruud Van Nistelrooy for Manchester United. Niemi did well. Van Nistelrooy went in as hard as you would expect an international centre-forward to go in, and has caused Antti Niemi some harm. Now, Gordon Strachan would be understandably concerned by that. But you wouldn't expect Ruud Van Nistelrooy to hold back in chasing the ball, and chase the ball is all he did. It was just his momentum that carried him into the Finnish international goalkeeper, which doesn't make it hurt any less. Good brave keeping that, and keepers have to expect that to cause them some pain. And those are the faces of concern from the Southampton public for a goalkeeper whom they have taken to their collective heart. Worry for Gordon Strachan. He's just let go one of his goalkeepers, actually, Neil Moss. Scholes, neat ball for Forlan, and Forlan for Scholes, and saved by Jones, especially given that it was his first touch of the match. Forlan, Solskjaer, Keane, Forlan, Forlan's effort. Amazing the transformation in this guy's fortunes. Having watched Paul Scholes draw a decent save from Paul Jones, Forlan, who didn't score in 26 games for Manchester United and then scored 9 in his next 26, was after another. Fernandes with a hit, decent save, and a comfortable gather for Roy Carroll, who protects what looks as though it's going to be now Manchester United's first clean sheet away from home this Premiership season. Manchester United at a canter. Most of their charm was to be enjoyed, most of their harm was done in the first half. Goals from Van Nistelrooy and Giggs. The game ended with 2 new goalkeepers, but the same old winners, United by 2-0.
We've had some bad memories at Southampton down the years, one of our bogey grounds, and we know full well if they get on top of you, the crowd can you know, really back them, and you're in trouble. But we got the early goal and it eased it for us and gave us a cushion, and obviously the second one made it comfortable for us, certainly after half-time.